Here I'm going to run through just the first question from each, or first exercise from question 1, 2, 5 and 6. So question 1A asks you to multiply positive 6 and positive 5. And we don't go across the page, we write our answers down the page always. I don't think we need any more steps. We can do this in our head, and we have positive 30. And of course you don't need to write positive 30. I mean, you don't need to write the positive. If it's nothing there, then we know it's positive. Okay. Question 2A. We have negative 2 times negative 4 times 3. Now, when it's all multiplication or division, it doesn't actually matter what order you do them in. So let's do the first two. Let's do these two first. Negative 2 times negative 4. Well, that's going to be a positive because we've got two negatives, and 2 times 4 is 8. Then we do the times 3. Notice I write things underneath each other as I go down the page. That's so that I can keep track of what I'm doing, and it also makes it much easier to find a mistake if you make one. So 8 times 3, positive 8 times positive 3 is 4. Question 5A. Oh, don't forget, if you want to go back and see one of the earlier questions, just pause the video or scroll back and you'll be able to see it fine. So here we're asked to find something that goes where the question mark goes. Now there is a way, if we're going to do, we can use equations, our algebra, but for now we're not going to do that. So just because of my question mark, I'm going to put my equals down here. It doesn't matter, it's always better to leave a little bit more space than not enough space. So now what do I multiply by 4 to equal 12? In actual fact, though I'm going to write it as a proper maths statement. I'm going to say that the question mark must be equal to positive 3. And that's how we're going to write that one down. Now for this one, you may not be aware of what this up here means, but the way we'd write that, it actually just means something is times by itself. So we have minus 6 times minus 6. When we are multiplying brackets like this, we don't worry about writing the multiplication. It's in there. We just assume it's there. We've got two minuses, one here and one here, times together. So that's going to be a plus. And 6 times 6 is 36. I might just do one more here. Notice also I'm going to leave an extra line of space. It just makes it clearer for me. So minus 2 squared. There's no bracket here, but it still means the same thing. So it's still minus 2 times minus 2. And okay, they've got the bracket here. They've just tried to confuse you. That is still minus 5 times minus 5, which is what this little thing here does. And that's all multiplied together. Now, it doesn't matter what order we do this in, but let's do the 2's, and a minus is going to be a plus. 2 times 2 is 4. Over here, we have a minus and a minus, so that becomes a plus. And 5 times 5 is 25. And this is still multiplied. So remember, we write everything underneath so we can keep track of it as we go down the page. It's all there for us, exactly as we need it to be. And of course, oops, that's going to be 100.